Half Life Alyx, Valve's new and unexpected entry in the Half-Life universe. A first-person shooter made to advertise Valve's new headset, the Valve Index. Half-Life Alyx is a prequel set 5 years before the events of Half-Life 2. The story follows Alex Vance, a character that acts as a secondary character in Half-Life 2 and plays a bigger role in Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2. The goal is to save Alex's father, as well as solve bigger issues on the way. Honestly, the Valve game design works really well in VR. Valve historically uses a design built around nudging the player to look and go where Valve wants, rarely taking control away from the player. As you can imagine, on a system where pinning the player down does not work, not even bothering is a point in Valve's favor. Also, there are clearly several quality of life features, both hidden and overt, the most obvious being the Rustles, a pair of zero-point energy gloves capable of pulling lightweight objects to the user's hands. The amount of time between pulling an item and catching an item is the same regardless of distance and is drawn to your hands even when moving. Valve decided not to deal with the two-handed weapon issue every VR title deals with and just made all the guns one-handed. The first upgrade the game suggests is a sight for the handgun that shows enemy weak points, which is helpful when doing your first playthrough. The game has a survival element. You have 2 inventory slots. Even if you are on full ammo, that can change very quickly, and you need to be sparing because there is no melee option. While you don't feel nearly Gordon Freeman strong, I could easily see Alex dealing with what comes up during the events of the game. As you play, you will find resin hidden throughout the levels, which you use to upgrade your weapon. Weapons include a handgun, a shotgun, and a machine gun. Some upgrades are more useful than others, and character information is displayed on the back of your hand. The story is simple and straightforward, and feels very much like Valve. This game even goes out of its way to hide little tidbits of world lore throughout the game. Because Alex is a character known to talk, Valve decided to lean into this. Alex and her tech friend back at home base discuss all sorts of things, from the messed up things inside of the infested zones to how life was before the Combine took over. I'm a slower player, checking every nook and cranny for equipment. I clocked in at about 16 hours, but most players will probably be faster. Also, without spoilers, this game's ending does play a major role in the events of any future Half-Life games. I am over the moon to get to play a new authentic Half-Life game. Also, as a VR title, it is another game that helps bring VR to the realm of being more than a gimmick or a fancy arcade machine. If you own VR, you'll be happy to have this title in your library. If you are a Half-Life fan and you don't own VR, I'm going to tell you now, VR is an investment you should not make over any single game regardless of quality. Make sure to research any purchase of that weight before buying. But this game is excellent, and you might have fun with it as well. Thank you for watching. I'd like to take a second to say, I know your time is important, that you using said time to watch my work means more to me than you know, and that I appreciate both it and you. Please leave a like if you like, comment if you have a question or a criticism on the content. I make this for you after all. And subscribe if you want to see more of my content in the future. You can follow my various social medias where I'll put updates as well. That's about it for me. Time to stop fooling around. See you guys later. Hey kid, are you tired of being limited in what you can carry? Are those wrist pockets just not cutting it? Then let me introduce you to our new product, Box. Yes, Box, from the creators of Log. Put all your extra consumables in Box and take it with you. Decimate the Combine with more grenades than anyone ever expected you to have. Warning, any objects that vanish due to fuzzy physics is not the fault of the creators of Box.